Hello, I'm Ted Smith. My RAF career. I joined when I was 17 and a half, and I went for medical, and 2 months later I was in the RAF. I went to RAF Padgate, as many RAF people know, and you get kitted out there with your uniforms and all your bits and bobs. You're there for a couple of 3 days. Then I went down to Yatesbury, posted to Yatesbury. At Yatesbury we did a square bashing, and also from the square bashing I went on a course for flight mechanic airframes. And from there, after passing out, I was posted to RAF Lucas, that's not far from Dundee. I was there for 2.5 years. While I was there, I was on a Lancaster squadron, and also that was Air Sea Rescue. I was with them for about a year or a year and a half. Then I was transferred on to Coastal Command, which I did that for about 2.5 years. But in the meantime, I did many flights in Lancasters. One particular one was we was going down the coast, as we normally do, photographing. Then we got to beyond Portsmouth, Plymouth, all round there. It was on a 3 mile, and the aircraft I was on, one of the engines caught fire, but we radioed back to base anyway to say we'd got a fire on the engines, and they come back to tell us to land at Thorney Island, Portsmouth, on which we did. After landing, the 2 fire engines was waiting on the tip of the runway, waiting for us to come in, and there's an ambulance, and follows us right down to the stop, and for safety reasons that was. Then we went and had lunch. After about a couple of hours, we got repaired, and we was back on our way back again to Lucas. That was just one of the trips. Did many more. We used to go into Swinderby, RAF Swinderby, for spare parts. We often went there, and once we come level with Lincoln Cathedral, we used to bear right, look down the tower, then into Swinderby, which collected the parts, and off we went back. From Lucas, I was become, as a flight mechanic airframes, I become redundant because I was getting rid of all the Lancasters. After that, I was a joiner, as an apprentice joiner. After that, I went for a trade test for a joiner in the RAF, Chippy. I went on the course, passed it, then I was posted back again to RAF Sealand. I was there about a couple of years. Then from there I went to RAF Alveston in Derby, which used to be the old balloon barrage place. I was there for about a year. Then I moved on then to RAF Hucknall in Nottinghamshire, where I got demobbed. Served my time there and out. But the reason I signed on for 10 years when I was flight mechanic, but with me not following the trade I was, I had to go to, as I say, for a trade test, and they reduced my time from 10 years to 6 years because the contract was broken. And from that, I was demobbed, and I was in roughly 6 years altogether. Yes.
So, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now, Ted?
I'm 89.
Oh, still young.
Oh yes, yes, and still, yes. Still take my dogs a walk in the morning, couple of mile one way and mile back, yes.
Well, that's not bad, is it?
No, but...
Takes me all my time to walk to the car.
oh, why, but there you go. I don't drink and I don't smoke.
Oh, I can't have everything.
No.
Okay, thank you very much, Ted, for that.
All right, thank you. While I was at Sealand, we had a naval aircraft come in, and Sealand's on the borders of Wales, because he come in and overshot the runway, jumped the main road and landed in a field further on in this village. But we went round to this village because it got some secret equipment on it, and we had to stand guard on that aircraft all night until the RAF come to dismantle it and take it away. But that was just one of the little jobs we had to finish, you see. While I was at Lucas, I had to be on the squadron of Lancasters. We had to go on a crash course. I went to Sutton-on-Hull for 3 weeks, and there we had the full course of crashing and how to get into aircraft and how to put the aircraft out with foam we used to use, special foam, and then how to get them to get to the aircraft. And then we was on a fire tender which we used to operate, and how we used to have to go get the wind at our back, so as we're spraying the aircraft with foam until it's dampened down. Then we used to, if anybody was still in, which very often we'd got them out by then, that was it, and that was it, and the course finished in, well, it was there about 3 weeks, but it was very interesting.
Thank you, Ted.
With being on Lancasters, we always had to take our own parachutes, which we used to draw out the stores, and you'd got to sign for them, and when you return them, to check them. But they did say that if this one doesn't work, bring it back, we'll give you another one. But she said we've never had any come back yet.